Hello, my name is Vortex Warp, and welcome back to another episode on the Ancientcraft server. And today we're going to be probably building an iron farm, or at least starting it. But I'm not sure of the plan for today's episode yet. But I do know what we're doing at the start of the episode, which is breaking bedrock. We're at the gold farm, and I want to create a proper entrance to this thing. We've got the ladder. I'm still going to turn this into like an elevator, probably a minecart elevator at some point. Of course, I don't want to use all my iron on minecarts yet, so I'm going to leave it for now. But I do want to break bedrock so we can actually get up here a lot easier. So I've set up this little lazy chunk detector. It's like a clock, and the minecart activates this pressure plate over and over, and it goes into this piston, and these pistons hold up the dragon eggs. When the lazy chunk is unloaded, this clock will stop, which means this piston will retract, the signs will break, and the dragon eggs will fall down. Now, when dragon eggs are in a lazy chunk and they hit the ground, they actually destroy the block that they hit first. So if this is the bedrock, it will destroy the bedrock. So what we've got to do is just set our render distance to 10. There we go. And we've got to fly away, basically. We don't actually need to fly. We could walk, but I'm going to fly because it's a lot easier. And then we just need to fly back. I don't want to go too fast, but let's see, I actually need to get up in the sky slightly so I can take off. And I don't want to use all my rockets either. We got our elytra in the last episode, so I'm making good use of it. Let's see. We've got to get far enough away that it unloads. We're not so far right. It looks like it's just unloaded. So let's turn around, fly back. You can see, this is how it's going to be a lot easier to get to our base now. We can just follow and have the dragon eggs fallen down and broken the bedrock? That's the question. And the answer is, oh yes, they have. Okay, brilliant. Right. So what we're going to do now is head back down. And actually, we do need to break these dragon eggs. But I think I know how we can do this. I'm going to break away that one. And of course, yeah, we are going to have to... Oh, we've got to... No. Okay, 2 of them are on top of the nether. They're all on top of the nether, which is good. And I'm just going to break these using a piston. So put the piston here, put the power source next to the piston, and bam, the dragon eggs dropped. Okay, so we got 3 dragon eggs from killing the dragon last episode. We decided that we're going to have the dragon drop eggs so that everyone can get eggs, because otherwise it's too difficult to share out the egg between all the players. I mean, one player could just duplicate it, but we didn't want to do that. So we've made the dragon drop 3 eggs every time it's killed, which is fine in my opinion, right? Makes perfect sense. It'd probably make more sense if it just dropped 1, but hey, we don't actually know how to do the loot tables ourselves. We're just using the loot tables that the hermitcraft people used, right? So we've broken a bit of bedrock here. What I want to make sure we do is break the most bedrock that we can. I think that is the maximum amount of bedrock that we can break. If we break away this. Now that our bedrock breaking shenanigans are over, it's time to move on and create the iron farm. We're going to be building the Iron Phoenix this season, which is a design made by Tangatech, and I believe it's a 64 village stacking iron farm. 2,600 iron per hour. It's going to be pretty good. I've put up to Y level 100, which I'm going to start building the farm at. What I basically need to do is start going out. So for the measurement part, I'm going to use polished andesite. So I need to go 33 blocks. So what I might do is get 32 blocks there. I've got 1 there. And we're just going to build this out. So I'm going to build it out, and then I'm going to double check and count it afterwards. And then we have to build the actual platforms on the other side.
Bruheyen left the game.
Apparently I have the narrator on. I think that's F3 and D. No, that's F2 and D.
Server saved the world.
I don't know what I did to turn the narrator on. But anyway, yeah, I'm building this platform out. I've marked out a north arrow up there, which is the north direction, because apparently that's very important for the farm. I mean, for all iron farms, it's very important that you build them in the right orientation. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's something to do with... yes, actually, I do know why. It's because the northwest corner is where villagers measure their village from. Right, that should be 33 blocks. I'm going to count. welcome back from that time lapse of us building the iron farm. We had help from Mech Potada. In fact, he did about half of the work. Well, I'd say I did maybe a bit more than a half. I did the main base sides. He helped with half of the roof of this side. He did the whole of the main redstone on the roof of this side. And then I built, and he built the tube going up. I built the part of the tube that goes down, and all the little redstone bits around it. These two things on the side, he helped me with one of them. We sort of did this bit together, and then I did all the redstone hooking up and connecting it all. So I did like all of this redstone here, all the lines leading in different directions. I set up the cells for the villagers, put in the doors. He did the main platform in the middle. So we sort of set out the work pretty evenly, I would say. And there is one thing I realised I just need to do, which is get rid of that ladder. But aside from that, everything is actually done on this farm, or we hope. We still haven't troubleshot it. The one thing that is not done is getting the villagers in. We've got two down there that Mech has brought in. You probably can only just see them through from the nether. So we've got to get a villager breeder set up and then portal them back through and up to the top of the world. We need to make sure it's far away enough from the iron farm so that the villagers don't merge. We need about 50 villagers. We need 4 villagers in total for each cell. So we need one over there in that cell there. We need one there, we need one there, and we need one in that big tube system as well. And then we need 50 in there, I think, or is it 41? I believe it's 41, 21, and then 20 in there. So we've got to do a fair bit of breeding of villagers, and I think Goldberg is going to provide us with some carrots and stuff, because he's got some crop farms, so that we can actually breed the villagers up over here. So that will be really, really useful. And as you can see, there has been progress since the time lapse. A lot of the finicky redstone has been done. As you can see, this is a bit of a mess over here, this section. And we have yet to test it properly. It'd be nice to press the reset button. In fact, I'm tempted to do that just for fun. I know we haven't got the villagers in, so it won't do anything. I just want to see the redstone work, see what actually happens. So what we should see is, well, not much is going to happen because the iron... Oh, wait, actually nothing is going to happen because the villager's not in. Of course, because he's the one that triggers stuff like the tripwire here, which triggers all of this redstone, which basically kicks off the door thing. So I don't actually think that's going to do anything, which is silly. But there we go. Yeah, so I'm not going to explain how this works. It's Tango Tech's design for an iron farm. It's 64 villagers, so it's super amazing. It's the same 64 single cell iron farms, 2,600 iron per hour. So I'm really hoping we can get finished relatively shortly, because all we have left is the villagers, and this has been a big project. But with the help of Mech, it hasn't taken too long at all. So yeah, we've got to set up the villager breeder. I'm not sure how far away it has to be. I believe it's 64 blocks. I think it would be wise to put it right at world limit though, because we can always drop the villagers down to put them into their specific cells. Yeah, I think that's about everything I've got to say on this farm. I mean, there's lots of repeaters and resources. Luckily, I have plenty of redstone, and I've been backlogging iron for this project, and Met contributed some resources too. We managed to craft up all of this stuff, and jungle trees were how I got everything. As you can see, I used jungle wood, but you probably can't. Oh, Frostwalk has been horrible when building this. But yeah, as you can see, I used jungle wood doors for the doors of this farm, and I used lots of jungle wood everywhere in the farm's manufacture. So what's really cool is the jungle trees are 2x2, and you can see one there. You get a lot of wood and enough leaves to renew the saplings as well. Another reason I'm down here hunting creepers is because I don't have a mob farm, and no one has a mob farm shop yet. So I need gunpowder, and of course the best way to get that is creepers. Well, witches and what are they called? Witches and ghasts drop it too, but creepers are definitely the best and easiest to find. We've got 8 there, so that will get us 8 times 2, so 24 rockets. And that's how I've just been surviving. I've got barely any rockets. I've just been surviving literally by using the rockets that I get from hunting creepers from below this farm. But yeah, the farm looks generally amazing. That was my last rocket, so let's see if we can get a good view of it. Wow, look at that. I'm so excited for when this actually works, because we're going to have iron for days. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so now it's been a couple of days and I'm back, and Golby has actually set up a villager breeder. As you can see, it's up here. There's villagers in there. They've been breeding, producing loads of babies, which have been going. I don't actually know where they've been going. Somewhere down here. Huh? Well, I'm about to find out. Oh. Okay, they've been going down there. Well, that's fun. Yes, Merc has actually moved practically all of the villagers in, and he's also put these bars in here to prevent the golems from spawning on the side. Looks like, yep, good amount in there, good amount in there. Now I'm stuck in here. I am one happy vortex warp, as you can see. We've finished the farm. It's finally reset after about 3 days of troubleshooting. We haven't got this farm to work for absolutely ages. And now you can see the golems are flowing in like crazy. I've just finished my overnight AFK session. And if I hop up to the farm, you can see it's fully reset. And we got about 4 double chests of iron in an overnight AFK session. We're getting about 1 golem every 10 seconds, as you can see this one just there. Don't want to use all my rockets I'm trying to get up, because the rocket shop is actually really expensive at the moment. Even though chickens reduce the prices, I still think it's ridiculously overpriced. But yeah, this is, wow, like, there's constantly golems dying here. It seems to be a little bit slower than it was earlier. There was like originally 3 golems in there the whole time, but now there only seems to be like 1 at a time, so I think it is slightly slower than it was. But overnight we've got 4 double chests of iron, and I'm currently crafting it up into iron blocks, and as you can see my score is increasing rapidly. I'm at 700 already. And I'm just crafting it up. I want to get to the top of that scoreboard. I'm already at the top by loads. I want to craft all of this iron into iron blocks. Unfortunately, it looks like that poppy filter broke. Probably the chest filled up is what happened, because if you think about it, we have been AFK for a long old while. So yeah, we're going to have to sort that out. But yeah, the iron is just flowing in so fast that I can't even keep up with the amount that's coming through. It's crazy. So satisfying just to get an inventory full of iron blocks, really. I don't really know what else to say. I'm going to need myself an iron shulker box because my other one is full. So let's see, do I have an empty shulker box? So now this can be our designated iron shulker box. I'm going to break this one away. I'm legit so close to having a full shulker box of iron blocks. As you can see, 49 in that stack right there. And then we've got a full shulker box of iron blocks. So I'm going to wait a little bit more for more golems to come through. Because as you can see, the iron is filtering through the elevator at all times. And let's see how many poppies are there. Whoa! But anyway guys, sorry for rambling there. I decided to cut myself off. The Phoenix is done. We've got a bunch of iron in today's episode. I'm really happy with the way this project turned out. I hope you are too. If you've enjoyed, remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe down below. My name is Vortex Swap, and this video has sadly come to an end. Goodbye guys, see you in the next one.